Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with another video, and if I sound a little weird, it's because I'm getting a little sick, but I really needed to film because, I haven't posted in like a week, and I'm trying to get my videos back on like a normal schedule and things like that. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a story time video. I am so obsessed with Tana Mojo's story time videos. Like, they are so hilarious, and I thought that it would be a fun idea to do storytime videos on my channel too. I mean, my stories aren't as crazy as hers because, I don't have that interesting of a life. So today I'm going to be telling a story about the time that I passed out while going to adopt my dog. This was a really bad day. I hated this day so much. Beside the fact that I got a dog, but just everything else was just terrible. So basically, we go to this adoption place, and we pulled up. We already knew what dog we were getting because we previously went to go like look at all the dogs and see which one that we wanted. Yeah, literally the cutest dog ever. I love my dog so much. We pull up and we see our little dog in his little cage. It was so sad because he was like the only dog that wasn't like loud and obnoxious. He was just kind of sitting in the corner like really quiet, and it was really sad because I felt like no one wanted him, and it just made my heart hurt. So naturally, he's the one that we picked because we felt like he was the odd one out. So we go in and we sit down in this little office area, and like we're filling out paperwork and stuff, and the smell in this place is like really gross. It smells like pee and like, I don't even know how to describe it, just dirty. It just smells so bad. I'm sitting there, and they have cats running around this office area, and I'm petting the cats and everything, and I get this weird feeling, like my stomach started bubbling up like really bad, and I actually kind of felt like I was gonna throw up. I get that feeling all the time. I don't know why. There must be something wrong with me, but like, whenever you sit up too fast when you're getting out of bed or something, and like your vision is all like black and blotchy, that's kind of what I was feeling like. So I was like, okay, it's gonna go away because it happens to me all the time. I started like overthinking it a lot in my head, and I just started getting a panic attack, like I was freaking out. My mom was over reading a little poem on this wall, and Jess Taylor and I were sitting in the office area playing with the animals, and I was like really scared to stand up because I literally thought I was going to pass out. I need to go somewhere else besides in this building because if I pass out, it's gonna be really embarrassing. I stand up and I start walking towards my mom, and at that point my vision was like that black blotchiness. My hearing was like fading in and out. I walk up to my mom and I was like, Mom, you need to take me to the car. And she's like, why? And I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And she's like, really? And then that's literally all I remember from that. All I remember is telling my mom I need to go to the car. And then I remember waking up on the floor, and my mom was like slapping me in the face like, Katie, wake up. And I felt so bad because it was like the weirdest thing. I was like awake, but I couldn't talk. Like, I wanted to tell my mom I'm fine, but like I could not physically like speak. I don't know why. It was really weird. So I just remember like coming to myself, and then I see my mom slapping me in the face. I didn't know what had happened. I was like, oh my god, did I really just pass out? Like, that was the first time I had ever passed out in my life. That's the only time I had ever passed out in my life. And now I have like a legit fear of that. It was the scariest thing ever. Thankfully, my mom turned around right as I was like falling, so she caught me so I didn't like hit my head or hurt myself or anything. So then she lifts me up, and the funny thing about this, it wasn't funny at the time, but like telling it back now, it's a really funny story to me. But I literally was this close to laying my head in dog pee. So that's really nice. And all these people are looking at me, like customers there, and like the people that own the place are all like looking at me. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. And my mom is sitting there screaming to Jess and Taylor like, come help me, blah blah blah. And they were just sitting in the office room like laughing. They're like, because they thought that I was like being stupid, I guess, or they thought that like I was like pretending. I don't know, but they were laughing at me. I'm like, first of all, why are you guys laughing? I literally just passed out and all these people are staring at me. Okay, I'm fine. I just need to go to the car and sit in there, and I'll just wait in there until, we get Bubs, which is my dog. My mom was helping me walk out to the car. All I remember is walking out to the car and then I passed out again. I just hear the owner of this place say, "We're gonna call the ambulance, we're calling the ambulance." And I remember I like shot up and I was like, "No, I'm fine, don't call the ambulance," because if you know me, I have a fear of riding in ambulances. Like, I've never had to do it before, but it's like the whole scene just freaks me out, like sticking needles in your veins and riding in the back of a car like strapped down. Like, what if you get into a car accident or something? You're like dead by that time, you're dead. I would rather, if like I'm dying or something, I would rather my mom just take me to the hospital, because I'd rather die in my car than die in an ambulance any day of the week. So I was like, no, I'm fine, don't call the ambulance, like I don't want to ride in one of those, and plus like the fee for that is like outrageously expensive and I can't pay for that. So anyways, I just remember her saying that she's gonna call the ambulance and I shot up. I was like, "Mom, I'm fine, just get me into the car, I'll be okay." And I remember as I was walking out before I passed out the second time, they had brought my dog out and he was so excited to come home and be with us and everything. And I remember my mom was like, "Okay, well, we just need to take her to go get something to eat." Like, I hadn't eaten that day, so she's like, "We just need to go take her to get something to eat, she'll be fine." So they had to put my dog back in his cage, and driving away from him and seeing him stare at us through the cage was the most heartbreaking thing ever. Like, it was so sad. I remember there was like a guy filling up the vending machines, like the soda vending machines, and he gave me a Dr. Pepper, and I didn't even have to pay for it. It was the nicest thing anyone has ever done for me. The whole reason why I passed out was because I hadn't eaten anything, my blood sugar was really low, so he gave me a soda to help me, and I was like, "Thank you, God bless you." But I felt so bad for him because he's like, "Here, take this soda, you'll be fine, blah blah blah." It just warmed my heart. Little things like that just make me happy. So moral of the story, like, I go get something to eat and then I come back and, you know, I was fine. We got our dog, and it was just a really traumatizing time in my life. Every time, like, I went back there to go help Jess adopt her cat, and I went in there and the smell just reminded me of that day of like me passing out, and like I was like, I can't go in there now without having a panic attack because I feel like the smell is gonna make me pass out too. But yeah, so now every time I go in there or I see that lady like out in public, like the owner of that adoption place, she refers to me as the girl that passed out, so that's great. It's the first time I had ever passed out in my life, and I never want that to happen to me again because it was literally the scariest thing. You just remember one thing and then you're waking up on the ground with your mom slapping you in the face like, "Wake up," and I didn't know what happened. I passed out the second time and Jess and Taylor were still laughing at me. They're great people, you know? They're just gonna sit back and laugh. Not help me, but they're gonna laugh. Thanks, guys. But yeah, so nothing was seriously wrong with me. It was just because I didn't eat at all that day, and I passed out because my blood sugar was low. So I learned my lesson. It's a good story to tell now just because it's funny looking back on it. I know it's probably weird to be like, okay, you passed out and you think it's funny. That was my story time video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I have a ton more ideas for story time videos. If you guys want more of these videos, let me know because I have some other stories that would be really funny to tell. Leave me some of your embarrassing stories. Like, I don't know, anything that you think back on and it's funny but really embarrassing at the same time. Leave your stories in the comments because I'd love to read them and I respond to everyone. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because I'm going to have a lot more fun videos coming up. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you want more storytime videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! I'm better sleeping on my own, 'cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. If you think